Hey guys, how you all doing? Unfortunately for this video, you're going to have to contend with my actual face because the product that we're reviewing, this big fat watch winder here, is just too big for me to do my usual view from above. So, sorry about that in advance. So what do we have? Well, this is the Benson Black Series watch winder, in particular the winder with 2 slots, with 3 slots on the top. So we'll have a look at it in closer detail and discuss if it's a good winder or not. So first things first, I think it's good to sort of discuss watch winders in general, if they are worth it. First and foremost, there's a lot of talk about whether, people think, oh, it's putting unnecessary strain on your watches, when you put them down it gives them a rest. However, these things are well oiled, and as long as they're regularly serviced, it shouldn't really cause too much issues for your watches at all, really. But in actual fact, I find that just the sheer convenience of having your automatic watches fully wound, you have that grab and go kind of experience that you experience with a quartz watch, now with an automatic, that's great. I personally always find as well that mechanical watches with a date, I never bother setting the date because they're always wrong. And what's the point? I just set an automatic watch because usually they're incorrect. So yeah, with a watch winder, you obviously don't have that issue anymore because as soon as you're not wearing it, you load it up and set it, and off it goes. Keeps your mechanical watches fully wound. So there are many pluses for it. Obviously, if you do find or do believe that they're no good for your watches in like a physical sense, then why are you watching this video? So, discussing this watch winder in particular, I'm sure, like me, you've probably tried one of those really cheap and nasty tacky ones from Amazon, usually under 20 quid or $20. I've had quite a few of them, and more often than not, they're utter rubbish, really. They either break or they're flimsy, plasticky, really poor build quality. So that's the bottom of the pile. The next step up is some really nice, well-built sort of single watch winders. I reviewed one by Barrington. That was lovely. That's about £125. In actual fact, I still use that. That's at my office at work. And then you have this, the Benson Watch Winders Black Series. This is another step up, and it is clear when you compare each 3 that this is another level. This comes in at €479 or around £430. So you are paying for it, let's be honest here, for what is in reality just a tool. But it is a nice watch box as well. So when you have a look at it, we'll look at it in closer detail now, but you will see that you are getting a lot of product for your money. So what are the standout features of this watch winder? Why can you justify that extra price? Well, really nice carbon fibre finishing, beautiful luxurious interior, really nice intuitive controls, touch controls as well. You even have a little light inside as well, and all of the hardware, let me just turn the light on, you can maybe see it. All of the hardware is just really, really high quality as well. Another cool thing is, just referring back to the controls, both winders are independently controlled, really easy to use as well, really intuitive. So let's first of all discuss the winders themselves. So these are pretty cool, the fact that you can control each one independently. Let me just open it up. You see they've stopped because at the moment they're both on about 900 turns per day. So you can change the turns per day number independently for each one. What else can you do? You can do a speed winding mode, which basically is like a supercharged wind. If your watch is low and you just want to give it as much charge as possible straight away, then you can turn that mode on. That basically means 30 minutes clockwise, 30 minutes counterclockwise, and then a 15-minute break. It does that 6 times before resuming its normal programmed settings. You can also change the rotation, so you can either make each one only rotate clockwise, only rotate counterclockwise, or both. So when we think about the turns per day option, there are quite a few options there, and usually you can have a look at like manufacturers' recommendations. So for instance, the ETA 2824-2, that only requires 650 turns per day to be kept fully charged. Another example, the ETA 7750, which is a mechanical chronograph automatic, that requires 800 turns per day. So if you are particularly concerned about wearing your watch out, your movement out too much, you can always cap that turns per day number, so it's only ever just enough just to keep it going. It's not overly, too many turns for what it requires, so that's a good thing as well. So that's the controls. Let's get one of these little cheeky munchkins out and have a look at it. So here we have the actual sort of bit that goes into the winder itself. As you can see, it's pretty nice and neat and tidy. Clips in as well using these two clips either side. And what you can do is you can push it and clip it closed, and then that makes like loading up your watch really easy, and then you push the sides to release it out. And here we have it in all its glory really. This is a nice soft padded cushion at the front, same goes for the back as well, and because it is so stretchy, it's pretty much really easy to fit any watch wrist size. So my watches are all about 7-inch wrist. So I've got this Maurice Lacroix Acon Ventura that I've just reviewed. So what I can do here, I can just literally push it shut, slip it in, and then press the sides to release it, and off we go. It's locked and loaded and ready to go. So when you actually put it into the winder itself, you literally just put it in. You can literally hear the 2 clicks as it goes in. There we go. So really nice and easy to use. It feels really solid and secure when you're using it as well. Really nice quality. The inside here is all nice and velvety as well, and obviously having the light on, as you can see there, I've got the LED light just under here. That's good because you get to see your watches in all their glorious glory, even in the dark. So it might be a little bit too bright to use at night time, unless you don't have it on in your bedroom, obviously. But it's really easy just to turn the light on and off. You just press this little button here and it toggles it on and off, which is cool. So if I shut that, you'll see there we are. I'll also show you a shot of it in the dark. So what else can we discuss regarding the interior? So obviously we've discussed sort of this area here. What about the top? So the top we have, as I mentioned, our touch pad at the back, but on top of that, additionally, we have our slots, 3 different slots for 3 additional watches. So here I have a Gruppo Gamma Vanguard, and you can see the size of these pillows are actually pretty chunky. If I just take this one off, you can see here, nice and padded, good quality, really nice soft velvety as well. And the good thing about this is that when you're using the actual cushions, they slide in with a nice gentle bit of resistance and they stay in place. They don't just flap around. I have had so many watch boxes where the cushions don't quite fit and they flap around and it just seems a little bit cheap and not well fitted, whereas that's not the case here. These are obviously nice big healthy size cushions and they just fit so snugly into their slots, perfectly made with each other basically. So that's good. So what else have I got in here? Just for your reference, we've got the cool Formex Essence, great little watch, that one. And then this one, I love this one. This is the Dan Henry 1964, beautiful quartz chronograph for such a great price as well. What else have I got in here whilst we're at it? Well, I've obviously shown you the Maurice Lacroix Acon Ventura. I also have one of my favourite watches, the Christopher Ward Trident 600. Oh my word, love this watch. Probably my favourite watch under £1,000. Great watch. So anyway, I digress. What else can we talk about? So I suppose this just briefly brings us onto the hardware. So you can see here these really nice quality hinges, and we have nice hinges on the inside of here as well. Except for that is very cleverly hidden, as you can see. Very nice touch there, but you can see this polished steel, you know, everything is polished steel, really high quality. Got a little tiny little kind of bit here with latch which hooks into here. This is actually, if I turn it around, released by pressing this button here, and if I just shut it, you can actually just press it and it swings open really nicely. That's got the Benson logo embossed on the end. That button is really nice to use as well. You can just, it's just so easy to use, really high quality. It's also worth mentioning the feet, as we're on the hardware. Polished again, polished steel, so they look really good quality. Padded bottoms as well with felt bottoms, so you're not going to scratch anything either, so keep that in mind. That is a good thing. So yes, obviously you are paying a bit of money, but it's good to see that literally everywhere you look is beautiful quality hardware. So next off, we might as well discuss the exterior. So the whole entirety of the exterior is in this black, very cool carbon fibre finish. Additionally, we have the Benson logo. It looks applied, but it's actually underneath the finish, so you can't really feel that, but you can see that we have a little gentle little Benson logo applied on the front, and really that's it. We have very slight rounded corners, very slight rounded edges, so that's nice. If I just move it over here as well, to lift up the top lid, you have a cheeky little ingress here for you to put your tiny little finger and just push it up like so. So that's a nice bit of thought, you know, you're not just grabbing it by the sides or anything like that. You have this little ingress to be able to use and push up. So, you know, apart from that, the exterior is all pretty self-explanatory. We obviously have a window on this front door. If I just rotate it around to the back, oh, it's also good to notice as well, I'm not sure if you can see, but the hinge on the outside is actually black rather than the stainless steel polish, so that obviously matches the carbon fibre finish, which is a nice little touch. If we just flip it around to the rear, you can see we have an on-off button here, which is just a nice little push button, really easy to use. We have our power socket, and we also have a USB port, which is actually really handy, because if you have this on your bedside table, for instance, plug in your phone charger, why not? Or even your smartphone, your smartwatch charger, if you wanted to load up your smartwatch inside. That's probably something that would actually be really cool if they had kept a tiny little channel maybe for you to plug in your smartwatch cable, and your cable can just sneak in the side here. Unfortunately, I haven't done that, but oh well, that's not necessarily an issue that I'm particularly concerned with. So yeah, that's the exterior. Overall, a beautiful and smart appearance from the top to the bottom, outside and inside. So as I alluded to right at the beginning, the Benson Black Series certainly isn't the cheapest winder you can get, you know, no doubt about it. Actually, it's €479, £430. It's actually, you know, pretty pricey. However, I do feel that this is focused at a certain level of watch collector. For instance, you know, I'd say that it was targeted at someone with a few slightly higher, more expensive luxury watches, because when you take in the price into consideration, when you compare the value of this to the value of maybe a handful of £1,000 watches, you know, the total price is a lot less to them. However, if you were to load this up with 5 watches around the £250 mark, then yeah, you may think, you know, the balance isn't there and this is too much in comparison to your watches. So I do think it will appeal more to the people who have the slightly more expensive watch collection, merely because of the price. However, when you take it all into consideration, you can see where your money is going, which is good. You know, it's not just a case of, oh, this is a pretty average product and it's very expensive. You can tell that it is a very nice, luxurious product. You know, I've seen quite a few watch winders, and it is obvious that this is miles ahead of every other watch winder I've ever come across. And, you know, for the majority of watch boxes as well, loads better than most of them as well. It truly is, you know, a deliciously crafted accessory, and some features that I particularly love are the light. You don't actually see them too often. The light inside, the ability to be able to really customize each side to whatever watch you've put in. That's a really great thing. Just the sturdy hardware from top to bottom, really nice, close attention to detail. And last but not least, the really cool carbon fibre coating. It really does look quite spectacular up close. So, you know, great product. And if you are willing to splash the cash, then it's a big thumbs up from me. So this was the Benson Watchwinders Black Series. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry you had to see my face throughout this video, but hopefully you won't need to see my face for the next video. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, also comment your thoughts below. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.